famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Morning, Bob.
Good morning.
All right. So, boss is going to be a Carolina Panther?
Yeah, Carolina Panther went right where they said he would go, late second, early third. I think it was the third overall pick in round 3, so 72nd overall. So, our congrats to him and his family. Should make good money.
Yes, sirree.
It's a good little place to fall in third round.
Yeah, and of course, being in Carolina, not all that far away from here to folks want to go up and see him play.
That's true.
Yeah. So he didn't get the black and gold and go up to Pittsburgh. He's in Carolina.
He went before we got to pick. We had him set to go.
Got him
third
set,
round.
but got picked. Okay. All right, we've got a guest in here this morning. We got Chastity Geiger. Is that right? All right.
Morning.
Just want to make sure I got it right. But Chastity Geiger in here this morning, and she's in here, and just tell us a little bit about what you're going to talk about, your business in downtown Jesup, what you provide, and then we'll go into the event that you've got coming up. Okay, Chastity?
Thank you for having me on this morning. I am a physician assistant. Now we're considered physician associates. We've had a name change that I'm still not adapted to yet. And I've been practicing medicine for 14 years in Jesup already. And a decade of that was at another practice, and then took a break and for about 2 years from 2020 to 22, and then decided that I had an opportunity to open a practice and continue to give back to our community that I'm very passionate about. And I opened up Rejoice, at the time Rejoice Wellness, now it's Rejoice Aesthetics and Wellness, and that is a homage to my parents. Royce, Janet, my best friend, is a graphic designer and marketing guru, and she came up with the idea of putting their names together, Royce and Janet, and so that's why Rejoice is spelled with a Y.
All
and
right.
So that's where the name came about. And it started out just as dermatology is my background.
Right. You were dermatology, but you've expanded into other areas.
Yes. So I've actually been providing aesthetic services since 2010. So I've been in the aesthetic space before aesthetics.
And explain to folks what that is.
Okay. So aesthetics, most people are going to think of Botox or filler immediately if you say aesthetics, or med spa, where you go and have a facial or a mud wrap or something of that sort. Aesthetics is sort of a broadly expanding category of derm, plastic surgery, wellness. And so that encapsulates everything sort of from the face down now. We used to think of aesthetics just as facial enhancement, anti-wrinkle, anti-aging. I am more focused on the regenerative side of aesthetics, and so that means not necessarily putting filler in to revolumize the face or Botox just to relax a wrinkle, but what can we do to make your own, what we call collagen elastin, which is what prevents wrinkles. So we do a lot of aesthetics that is non-invasive or minimally invasive. And that all comes from a derm background, though. So everything that I do from a cosmetic standpoint, all is rooted in my
Dermatology.
In my dermatology background. Right. So you're getting a skin check as soon as you sit down in my chair, because that's just how my brain is is wired. I'm scanning you from the time you sit down in the chair until the time you leave. So you kind of get if you're coming in for wrinkle reduction, you're getting a skin check whether you want one or not. So to speak. So that's the aesthetic portion. I still practice dermatology every day. The model by which I practice derm is a little bit different in that I don't accept commercial insurance anymore. It gives me the ability to not be constrained by how Blue Cross or Medicare or United Healthcare tells me to practice medicine. So most of my patients come in, they pay cash for their service, and then they can turn around and send in a form to their insurance if they so choose. So I've retained a lot of my old patients that sort of followed me to the new practice, and derm is still definitely my passion. My staff laugh at me because if I have a skin check, they see my face light up. Or if I'm removing a skin cancer or freezing a precancer, or doing some form of therapy for sun damage, that's finding, detecting, early detection. I'm still a skin cancer guru, kind of through and through. I don't think that'll ever change. But so that's what I do from a derm / aesthetic standpoint. But my real vision for Rejoice, even before the actual physical practice came to fruition, was I wanted to create a health hub. And this is a seed that I feel like the good Lord planted from the house that I grew up in, is that growing up with my mom and dad, just living a healthful life period was just that's just how I grew up. Even before Mom turned Total Workout into Velocity, I grew up in a house that my dad played sports, even throughout my childhood, even as he was an adult in the kind of, I guess, professional realm. They had a group of guys that played basketball pretty frequently together. He was a runner, a biker. My mom obviously was an avid marathon runner and sort of a trailblazer, so to speak, in our community on how important physical fitness is. Before there was a gym on every corner. And so I think just the overall wellness aspect has always resonated with me. And you can't really truly achieve a fantastic aesthetic outcome even if you're not healthy on the inside. So I slowly started expanding Rejoice from derm and aesthetics to how can I help my community, educate them. And that path's kind of started with Melanie Harris when I worked with her as my nutritionist, starting in 2017, and learning more about food and wellness, and then that has just slowly helped me expand sort of treating the whole person at Rejoice. I got interested in IV nutrition and what the benefits were there, and then all of these peptides, as people know it, semaglutide, which is commercially available as Ozempic, and tirzepatide, which is commercially available as Mounjaro, what those peptides could do. And so we added weight loss to our practice, and then with weight loss sometimes can come muscle loss. So then in comes M-Sculpt, which is muscle building and fat burning, and M-Cella, which is pelvic floor support. So we have just slowly added things to continue to make our community better and healthier.
Okay. So you provide a lot of services down there, so you can just give them a call at Rejoice, and check out all the services they provide to help you look better and feel better. And tell us about the event that you've got coming up.
So May 6th, which is next Monday, we're going to have the Muscle Matters Tour Bus. That's BTL is the company that created the technology that I use in the office, M-Sculpt Neo, M-Cella, and Exion. These are all different pieces of equipment that do different things. But the Muscle Matters tour bus is really to go around to communities and help educate that community at large on how important muscle building is, and whether it's somebody that's already, let's say, a very active person that's just looking to enhance muscle that they already have. Maybe it's a stubborn area that they've tried to work on and they're just kind of at a standstill, or what we call a plateau. Maybe it's somebody that feels like they are not even strong enough to go to the gym and start that workout process, or they're worried about a previous injury, let's say a weak back, or they've had to have some kind of physical therapy or other interventions to try to get them back in the gym. This is M-Sculpt is, to make it super simple, is a machine that uses high frequency focused electromagnetic energy. It's a big mouthful, HIFEM. And it sends an electrical impulse to whatever muscle we're targeting, whether that's your quads, your glutes, your abs, your biceps, your triceps. And it causes what we call a supraphysiological contraction. So that means it doesn't matter how, gym lingo, how jacked you are in the gym, there are certain contractions that you can't get physiologically on your own, no matter how strong you are. And so these supramaximal contractions help build muscle that you couldn't otherwise build in the gym. And whether that's core strength through your abs or, like I said, quads, hamstrings, calves. And so these treatments also burn fat. So in addition to muscle building, you've got fat burning, which tones up whatever area we're looking at. So M-Sculpt is one piece of equipment that's going to be on the bus, and we're going to do free demos or free treatments. And so this is a chance for patients maybe that are a little timid or just want to see what the treatment's about. How does it feel? What is it going to feel like? It kind of demystifies some of the questions that people might have around the treatment. And then we have obviously my trained and educated staff that's going to be there to answer questions, talk about packages, talk about what packages work best together. The M-Cella chair is for both men and women. When you talk about pelvic floor, that's part of your core strength. That's what helps you get out of a chair. That's what helps prevent urinary incontinence. We have a lot, unfortunately, prostate cancer is increasing among men. We see a lot of side effects from prostate procedures, whether that be biopsies or prostatectomies or various other procedures for men that can affect incontinence as well. So it's not, when you think of some of this equipment, some of the men might think, oh, well, that's just for the female patients in our community. But we have quite a bit of men that both have benefited and are interested in these services. So for all you men out there, if you're looking for some gains in the gym or some additional core strength, then you might want to check us out. So it's going to be from 5 to 7 at the train depot. So the bus will be in the train depot parking lot, and then the rest of the party, so to speak, will be inside the train depot. So we're going to have vendors. So this is a way for me to bring a lot of different health aspects of the community in. Sunset Nutrition is going to be there. Prep It Up Meal Prep is going to be offering several of their delicious meals so people can try it. So we're not just looking at what can we do to help support weight loss and health journey, but here are all these other fantastic services that we have in our community that can also help support the journey.
Okay. And that's on what date again?
Monday, May the 6th at the
Monday.
train depot.
Okay, Monday week. It'll be there from 5 to 7. You'll have the big bus set up there in the parking lot there at the train depot. Activities will be going inside the depot's meeting room there. And folks are invited, and it's all free to go to just to learn about the services that you provide and getting people in touch with.
That's right. We'll also have an individual there that can explain more about the bioidentical hormone replacement that we do, because that is a huge, I feel like, gap in our just overall preventative health and maintenance, is a conversation around hormone replacement, and some people that are experiencing muscle loss or experiencing fatigue, brain fog. There's a laundry list of things that go into as we mature.
I just love when people your age, which is my son's age, talk about when we mature, Wait till you get to Bob and our age.
We're turning back the hands of time, Butch. I mean, you just got to come in.
Can you turn me back to the mid-40s?
You gotta experience. You gotta get rejoiced.
Yeah, kind of get joy. Rejoiced, huh? I've seen, Chastity grow up, coach her in soccer and recreation, all that kind of stuff. She was in my son's Matt's class and so forth, and it's just good. It's good to see that y'all come back to Jesup and start businesses and work for businesses and stay here in Jesup, and just proud of what you've done there with Joyce and the service that you provide, looking after the health of folks. And if you really want to learn, just go to this event on May 6th and see all the services that Rejoice offers, because if you're like me, you take a look at it and say, no, what is all that? Well, now you can find out free at event from 5 to 7 on Monday on May 6th there at the train depot here in Jesup.
So our schedule is filling up fairly rapidly, and I think that we're going to add a second machine so that we can service up to 4 free demonstrations at one time, because I really want as many people as I can to experience what the treatment feels like. And so you do not have to RSVP in order to come to the event. But if you want to be guaranteed a free treatment, either on the M-Cella chair for pelvic floor or on the M-Sculpt machine, then you need to RSVP for that time slot, because at our last event, unfortunately, there were a lot more people that showed up that wanted treatments, but we couldn't accommodate because we didn't have reservations. So we learned, and so now we'll have 2 machines. So the company will provide one, and then I'll have mine there. So I don't want anybody to miss out, and the bus only comes around once a year. So lots of people say, oh, you don't want to miss. But the other reason I want patients to come is because we're actually going to roll out. We've been working hard on memberships. Memberships make some of these life enhancements more attainable because you can budget for it. It's easier to plan for. So I'm going to have one of my reps there that is going to help me roll out our membership. So I'm extremely excited about that. Think about some of the memberships that we're going to roll out as like a medical gym. So you got a regular gym that you go to, and then medical gym memberships are for pieces of equipment like the M-Sculpt Neo and the M-Cella. So we're using these actually AI-driven, very advanced technological pieces of equipment to help build muscle and burn fat.
You look after everything from the outside to the physical part to the inside. They help the outside look better, but also feel better physically. Just great services y'all provide there at Rejoice here in Jesup.
I was enjoying looking through I'm still doing some clean out of some of my mom's photos, and I got to take a gander at you guys on the spin bikes. I meant to bring it in today so that you guys could reminisce about that epic event that we had.
The challenge
between
Harris, Ace, and Murphy, between Roz and Tim.
The challenge. Do you remember that, Bob?
I do remember that.
Yeah. Roz Murphy on one and Tim Harris on the other, and plus other folks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a challenge there at your mom's gym.
You look like you were having the time of your life.
I thought I did pretty good.
You did excellent.
Yeah.
I met the challenge.
You met the challenge, huh, Bob?
That was years ago.
That was years ago. We were younger, right, Bob?
I'm not looking for no challenge today.
I tried to find a date. I couldn't actually figure out how.
I can't remember what year that was.
Probably about 20 years ago.
I think.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, you're probably about, or maybe longer than that.
Maybe longer than that. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the good old days.
So, coming up this on Monday, May 6th, 1 week from today, just kind of give us an overview once again, Chastity, of what is coming to town on May 6th, Monday from 5 to 7.
So we're going to have the BTL tour bus at the train depot, and that is going to have our M-Sculpt Neo, which is muscle building and fat burning, and then the Emsella chair, which is for pelvic floor support. And then also I did want to mention we will have at least 1 or 2 demos for patients to be able to watch M-Face, which is, believe it or not, muscle building for your face. So facial muscles start to get lax just like the rest of our body, and that also contributes to the aging face, jowls, double chin, droopy eyelids. And so BTL does have a piece of equipment that builds muscle in the face to help basically revitalize and revolumize the facial structures. And so we do not have that piece of equipment at our office yet. But this is kind of a test run to see what the interest is. And so if you guys want to see M-Face come to Jesup, then please come and at least watch one of my staff members, or at least a couple of them will have treatment, so you can kind of see what that treatment entails. And it is a truly non-invasive aesthetic procedure. So we'll also have a couple of clothing vendors. Bloom from Glenville will be there, and she's going to have some amazing sales. So while you're waiting on your demo, you can eat some great food from Prep It Up. You can drink some fantastic nutritional beverages from Sunset Nutrition and talk to them about all of their benefits, and then meet with Corey about potential memberships that you might be interested in, whether that's a Botox membership, a filler membership, M-Sculpt membership. We'll have all that available. And then, of course, I'll have my friendly staff that'll be able to answer any of your questions about bioidentical hormones, IV nutrition, weight loss. And so you'll be able to learn maybe stuff that you didn't know that we offered, or things that you could be interested in. So it's just a good educational night, and lots of free food and beverages and free treatments.
Okay,
Can't beat
remember,
that.
folks, it's next Monday, May 6th, 5 to 7 at the train depot.
And lots of giveaways.
And lots of giveaways, too. So folks can
Forgot
win
to
stuff, too.
mention that.
All right, lots of giveaways. People love winning stuff.
I think we gave away close to $9,000 or $10,000 worth of treatments at our last event. So these aren't slouch giveaways.
These are big old giveaways.
Yes.
Big old giveaways. All right.
See
Anything
if we can
else?
get Bob up there for a demo.
Get Bob up there, huh? Then he can report on it, right? Tell the folks how it was. All right. Anything else, Chastity?
I think that's it. You can rejoicewellness.com. We just had a whole website rebuild. It's pretty robust, very user-friendly, and lots of information. So that's a great place to start to look at all of our services and get explanations. I have everything on there about how long the procedure takes, is there downtime, what the benefits are. And then if you have any further questions from there, you can always call or text us.
Okay, that's rejoicewellness.com.
Rejoice Wellness, rejoice with a Y.
Rejoice with a Y. All right, Chastity, good talking to you. Good having you come in here and talk about this big event coming up in Jesup next Monday.
I appreciate it, you guys.
All right. Well, Bob, before we head out of here, people want to know where they can early vote today.
It's the new election building. 306 East Pine Street is the address. Again, so it started. It's already underway. It got underway at 8 o'clock. Again, 306 East Pine Street is the building located right next to the tax commissioner's office, where everyone in Wayne County goes to purchase your auto tag and pay your taxes. So,
brand new building there, folks.
brand new
Where you go get your tags.
Yeah. So it started today, runs for 3 weeks up to May 17th. Election day is May 21st. So, again, a reminder, though, it is a primary race. So, again, just want to emphasize that if you ask for a Democratic ticket, you're not going to be able to vote in the DA's race or the sheriff's race, because all those candidates are on the Republican ticket.
The Republicans are picking their candidate, and the Democrats are picking their candidate.
So keep that in mind so there's no confusion. A lot of people walk in there, ask for a Democratic ticket, and say, where's the sheriff candidates? Well, they're all on the Republican tickets.
That's right.
So you want to vote in the sheriff's race, you have to ask for a Republican ballot this
Right.
primary season. So,
Right. This is the Democrats picking their nominee and the Democrats picking their nominee. And if they don't have any opposition in the general in November, then they automatically win.
right.
All right, Bob. Anything else?
No, just a reminder that Sheffield's has your Sweet 16 T-shirts. It's asking for a whiteout this coming Wednesday at 4:30, asking everybody to wear white. So take it on LaGrange. Again, this doubleheaders at 4:30. If game on Thursday would be at 4 o'clock. So.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good day. World famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn and Associates.